On the news, Nigerian government says NIN required to buy 50 kg bag of rice at 40,000 naira. Minister of State for Petroleum attributes hike in petrol price to deregulation. And Nigeria's global passport ranking to improve as we join international civil aviation organizations. It's glad to have you join us on the news on TV 360 Nigeria. I'm Tamilore Akinkulie. The Nigerian government says it has commenced the sales of 30,000 metric tons of milled rice to Nigerians at a subsidized price of 40,000 naira per 50 kg bag, but only buyers with the National Identification Number NIN will benefit from the initiative. President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, announced this during the flag-off ceremony on Thursday. The rice, according to him, will be sold on a one-person, one-bag basis with a strict verification process to ensure fairness. He added that a multidisciplinary task force has been deployed to oversee the process, ensuring transparency and preventing individuals from purchasing more than one bag. Buyers will be verified using NIN, phone numbers, and for civil servants, their integrated payroll and personnel information system details. Meanwhile, sequel to Tuesday's hike in the pump price of fuel, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Aniken Lokbobiri, has clarified that the Nigerian government is not responsible for the recent increase in petrol prices across Nigeria. Speaking to State House correspondents on Thursday following a meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima, Lokbobiri explained that the petroleum sector had been fully deregulated, meaning the government no longer sets the price of petrol or other petroleum products. Emphasized that President Bola Tinubu is aware of the challenges Nigerians are facing and is concerned about the hardship caused by the current situation. According to the minister, the vice president was directed to convene the meeting to address the issues surrounding the petrol supply and pricing crisis. Lokbobiri expressed optimism that once there is a stable supply of petroleum throughout the country, the price will eventually stabilize.
Someone by the Vice President, who was directed by Mr. President to summon this meeting. And we've been with him to brief him what is going on across the country. And what is important is for us to convey to Nigerians that the President is empathetic about what is going on in the country. He's concerned about the hardship of Nigerians, and that was why he directed the Vice President to call this meeting, for us to reflect on what is going on in the country. What is important is that products are available in the country. And we believe that between now and the weekend, there will be availability of products across the length and breadth of the country. The price could be high in some other areas, much more. Higher in some other locations, in some locations much more than, other areas. But we believe that by the time, there is availability of products across the country, the price itself will stabilize. But what is important is that government is not fixing prices. This sector is deregulated, and we believe that with the availability of products, the price will find, its level. And this is important, for Nigerians to know. In summary, is that President is empathetic about what's going on. That's why he directed this meeting. There is enough product in the country to be able, to meet the demands of Nigerians, so there should be no panic buying. And we also believe that the Nigerians need to know that government is not fixing prices.
The efforts are now geared towards stabilizing supply with the resultant impact that it will be positive also on the stability of price. To that objective, the regulator is ensured that there's increased operating hours from all loading depots. Vessels are being cleared promptly, and extended hours where safety can permit for truck outs as well. More importantly also is the reinforcement of the support being given to local refiners, because with increased production from them, indeed, like the minister has said, there will be higher supply, which will stabilize the price. That's the effort that the regulator is making.
Now to party matters. The crisis rocking the Labour Party in Nigeria appears to be worsening as a faction loyal to the party's presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, and Abia State Governor Alex Oti, have appointed Nnamdi Esther Usman as the new head of the party in the caretaker capacity. However, the party's current chairman, Julius Abure, has declared the move unconstitutional, insisting that he remains the rightful leader of the party. Speaking on TV360's News and Current Affairs program, DG360, a chieftain of the Labour Party, Abayomi Arabambi, says Abure remains the constitutionally recognized chairman of the party and that his position of chairman is backed by a ruling from the appeal court. It dismissed the appointment of Usman, saying that appointment has no basis in law.
As far as Labour Party is concerned, and in view of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, we have only one leadership of the party pending any superior decision.
And which leadership is that?
Of the court. And that leadership is Julius Abure.
Fantastic.
Why do I say so? In our party, we respect law and order. This crisis commences with the Apapa, when we went to court to restrain Julius Abure.
Yes.
And I'm telling Nigerians that we are happy, for having that restraining order, because today it has exposed, certain hidden agenda of Mr. Peter Obi and Governor Alex Oti. It is on record that the two of them objected vehemently to that order that restrained Julius Abure, pretending to Nigerians as if they so much love him, even more than their wife and children. But you see, when the Court of Appeal set aside our order, we proceeded to Supreme Court. But meanwhile, when an order of a court is made, it is not incumbent on you to choose which order to obey or not. That's the decision of Supreme Court. You must obey it, wait until when an higher or superior court set that order aside, then everybody will now have no choice than to align yourself with the judgment of the Supreme Court. Obi has a way of doing his things. He has forgotten that he must play by the rule, and that thank God the chairman has said it. All of them will be suspended from the party. So that we will now tell them that we have millions of Obi, we have millions of Governor Alex Oti. Nothing is going to happen. Other people will come on board. We still have Okonjo-Iweala. We are talking to Okonjo-Iweala to come and run the Labour Party. It's not only Peter Obi that can win an election. We are not against any region. Okonjo-Iweala can come and run our party, and we are going to perform anyway. If we win, beautiful. If we lose, we can let the winner.
And Nigeria has officially enrolled into the International Civil Aviation Organization's Public Key Directory and Public Key Infrastructure, a move aimed at improving the global ranking of the country's international passport, enhancing ease of travel, and strengthening internal security. This was disclosed in a statement by the Special Advisor to the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, on Thursday. The initiative is part of the government's efforts to modernize Nigeria's border control systems and reduce waiting times at airport and other points of entry. Tunji-Ojo, along with the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Kemi Namdap, participated in the import ceremony of the country signing certificate authority in Canada under the guidance of ICOA officials. The new system is expected to positively impact the economy, tourism, and national security, fostering better collaboration between the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority and the NIAS. In a bid to enhance the quality of basic and secondary education across Nigeria, the Nigerian government has introduced an electronic quality assurance system through the Federal Ministry of Education's Federal Education Quality Assurance Service Cloud Server. At the launch event in Abuja, Minister of State for Education Yusuf Sudunu highlighted that this new system will streamline the collection, analysis, and reporting of data related to the quality of education in schools nationwide. Sudunu, represented by the Director of Information and Communication Technology, Abubakar Issa, noted that the cloud server will improve the ministry's ability to monitor, evaluate, and enhance education quality assurance processes.
Today marks a significant milestone in our ongoing effort to transform our educational landscape and ensure that every Nigerian child receives the highest quality of education. The quality of education that we provide to our young mind is of paramount importance to the ministry and to the nation. It is not just about access to education, but the assurance that what is being taught and learned meets the highest standard of excellence. The establishment of FECAS Collect is a testament of our commitment to evaluating the quality of education across the country.
With a commitment to promoting quality-based education delivery, considerable attention is paid to the school learning environment and the entire teaching and learning process, which culminate in determining learner outcomes. Hence, the Commission places emphasis on school quality assurance evaluation as an essential process for diagnostic, assessment, and remediation purposes.
Your commitment and dedication to improving education standards through innovation and the pursuit of excellence is truly commendable. We are confident that this infrastructure will revolutionize and enhance the overall effectiveness of our quality assurance processes in Nigeria. As we celebrate this milestone today, let us be inspired by the immense potential it holds for our educational system and for the future of our country. Together, we will continue to push the boundaries of innovation to ensure quality education and be empowered by data-driven decisions.
Following the ban on the use and distribution of single-use plastics to curb environmental pollution by the Lagos State government, environmental experts and activists have hailed the development, describing it as a positive step towards addressing the environmental degradation in the country. The move comes as part of the comprehensive effort to mitigate the adverse effect of plastic pollution on the environment and public health. They say a sustainable approach and continuous practice are crucial for making a significant impact, emphasizing the need for increased education and awareness to fully eliminate the use of single-use plastics. There are more details in this next report.
2 weeks into January 2024, the Lagos State government took steps to curb environmental degradation caused by plastic pollution in the country. The plastic-based nature of meal packs, cups, straws, and other disposables used by food vendors has become a source of trash. Majority of this waste blocks drainages and litter the streets. Following the ban by the Lagos State government against the sales, usage, and distribution of styrofoam and single-use plastics in the state, environmentalists say the prohibition has been beneficial in lowering the amount of plastic waste emitted into the ecosystem.
The life that lives in the rivers, the lakes, and the seas, the fish, the crabs, and other types of life in water. It's caused a lot of damage because a lot of them see this plastic floating around and they mistake it for food. And so they eat this plastic, they can't digest it, so it stays in their system. And eventually, it starves them to death. It kills them off. So it's depleting the life forms in the waters. And hundreds of millions of people all over the world and many, many millions of people in Nigeria rely on these life forms for their livelihood and also, for their nutrition. So the plastic pollution has had a tremendously bad impact on the economy, but also a bad impact on people's health.
The impact of environmental use plastics can be seen in the way it clogs our drainages, as well as the threat it poses to aquatic life. That has been enumerated by a lot of experts, as well as human existence. The government seen that ban come into effect because it was a ban placed on it by the federal government of Nigeria. And almost all the states have keyed into that ban. So the effect has been that the single-use plastics is no longer in circulation, and in that way, our drains have been saved the menace that it poses in clogging our drains and causing flooding, as well as it has reduced the threat to aquatic life that portends, for fishes and other animals that inhabit our waters.
Business owners also believe the ban on single-use plastics has helped them transition to durable plastics, resulting in increased revenue from recycling.
There is a way to get it recycled, like this one. Even though this Coca-Cola PET bottle, when they've not gotten what they used to recycle it, it litters gutter. When it rains, everywhere is flooded. But now it's hardly you see something like this in the gutter. People are now picking it to make money. So I think there's an avenue where people can be recycling that single type. It would have been better. Though the gutters everywhere are clean now.
The intention of the Lagos State government to curb pollution is good, because if you see drainages then were so clogged. Not that they are not still clogged right now, but you will know there is a marked difference. There is a marked difference.
To improve waste management systems in Nigeria, citizens call for policy direction to drive resource-efficient, recycle-based society for a clean, healthy and pleasant living environment going forward. Comfort Samuel, TV 360 News, Lagos.
We'll go on a short break here, but still to come, Team Nigeria wins first gold medal at 2024 Paralympic Games. Details of this story after this break. Welcome back. Now here's a recap of our top stories. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Eniken Lokpobere, has clarified that the Nigerian government is not responsible for the recent hike in petrol price, as the petroleum sector has been fully deregulated. Speaking after a meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima, Lokpobere emphasized that the government no longer controls fuel prices and acknowledged the challenges Nigerians are facing. He assured that the administration led by President Bola Tinubu is addressing the crisis and expressed confidence that petrol prices will stabilize once supply becomes more consistent across the country. We also informed you that Nigeria has officially joined the International Civil Aviation Organization, Public Key Directory and Public Key Infrastructure, a move aimed at enhancing the global ranking of its international passport, improving travel ease and bolstering internal security. This initiative is part of the government's broader effort to modernize border control system, reduce airport waiting times, and strengthen collaboration between the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and NIS, with anticipated benefits for the economy, tourism, and national security. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, you can catch us on Limas World TV and AVO TV. Or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. It's time for business news. Let's now join Okwayemi Owosheni, who is on standby in the world of business. Okwa, what is the latest?
Well, Tamilore, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has said premium motor spirit from the Dangote refinery will begin to flood the market from September 15, 2024. The company will reveal this in a statement signed by its Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Shoneyi, on Thursday in Abuja. Said prices of products will be determined by market forces. Now, this development follows the commencement of petrol refining by the Dangote refinery earlier in the week. Quoting NLPC's Executive Vice Chair President of Downstream, Adidakpo Shegun, Shoneyi said the downstream sector has been fully deregulated and the company would no longer fix prices. His argument puts to rest speculations that NNPCL would continue to fix prices despite the announcement that the downstream sector had been deregulated. Still in the world of business, the Nigerian Customs Service says the suspension of custom duties and taxes on imported food items will be implemented as soon as the service receives the list of beneficiaries from the Ministry of Finance. Now, this is coming 2 months after the Nigerian government directed that the authorities of the Nigerian Customs Services should give a 150-day duty-free window to allow the importation of maize, ox brown rice, and wheat. The initiative was said to be part of measures to combat rising food inflation across the country. On August 7th, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, said the implementation of the policy would commence the following week once the guidelines are ready. He explained that the delay experienced in the implementation of the policy was to ensure that the interests of all the stakeholders, including farmers, were considered. We'll take a short break now. I'll be back with Stock Market Report. And Nigeria's equities market recorded a bullish trade on the last weekday of trading, increasing by 0.23%, with the market capitalization at 55.4 trillion naira. Now, in the aggregate, we see 118 NGX-listed equities participating in trading, ending with 39 gainers against 19 losers. Now, Owando led the gainers with a 10% share price appreciation to close at 81 naira 40 kobo per share. So, followed by UAC of Nigeria, which moved from 19 naira to 20 naira 90 kobo per share. Now, at the end of the last weekday of trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, a total of 380 million volumes of shares were exchanged in 7,981 deals, corresponding to a market value of over 8 billion naira. Now, when compared with the previous NGX trading day, that's Thursday, September 5th, today's data shows about 2% decline in volume, 11% decline in turnover, and 19% decline in deals. We see all of those declines despite the bullish trend. Now, global markets saw a different trend as well, as the stock ended in the bearish territory. That's the UK FTSE, the US Dow Jones, and Japan's Nikkei. But in the foreign exchange markets, the naira saw a sharp decline against the US dollar to trade at 1,675 naira on the black market. The pound also traded at 2,200 naira, and the euros traded at 1,820 naira as well on the black market. That's it on both business and stock market updates. Back to you, Tamilore, for the rest of the news.
Thank you for that update, Okwayemi. Now on the global scene, a devastating fire broke out at Hillside in the Russia Academy in Nyeri country, Kenya, around midnight, engulfing dormitories where over 150 children were sleeping. Police reported that the average age of the victims was around 9 years old. The blaze affected a school which accommodates approximately 800 children, located about 170 kilometers, 100 miles north of Nairobi. Several children were rushed to a nearby hospital with injuries, while anxious families gathered at the school gates, desperately waiting to be reunited with their loved ones. Authorities are investigating the cause of the fire as the community reels from the heartbreaking loss. And still on the global scene, the father of the 14-year-old boy suspected of shooting dead 4 people and injuring 9 more in Georgia school has been arrested. State officials said Colin Gray knowingly allowed his son, Colt, to have the weapon he used in Wednesday's attack. According to Georgia's Bureau of Investigation, Gray, who is 54, was charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. Colt Gray has been charged with 4 counts of murder, and officials have said he will be tried as an adult as he is due to appear in court on Friday. And finally, on sports, Nigeria's Onyinyechi Mark has shattered the Paralympics record in the women's 61 kg powerlifting category, lifting an impressive 144 kg at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. This remarkable achievement surpasses the previous record held by fellow Nigerian Lucy Ejike with 1 lift remaining. Onyinyechi's performance has all but guaranteed Nigeria's its first gold medal at the game. Our nearest competitor is attempting 138 kg, while Onyinyechi plans to further extend a record with a final lift of 147 kg. Team Nigeria has a rich record in the Paralympics, particularly in powerlifting and athletics. At the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics, the country secured 10 medals, including 4 golds. And Cristiano Ronaldo has made football history by becoming the first male player to score 900 goals in official matches. The Portugal captain reached this incredible milestone during his country's UEFA Nations League match against Croatia in Lisbon on Thursday. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner now leads the all-time scoring list by a considerable margin, sitting 58 goals ahead of his closest rival Lionel Messi, who has 842 goals. Brazilian football legend Pelé holds third position with 765 goals. This latest achievement adds to Ronaldo's already storied career, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest players in football history. And that wraps up our bulletin on the news. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.